Welcome to Knock Your Socks Off, the podcast that tries to knock the other person's socks off. I'm Ravi.
I'm Hannah.
And Hannah, what are you knocking my socks off with today?
Road trips. We're not going on a road trip, but it's the end of summer. And it's kind of that space. If you got your summer vacays in, you've maybe done a couple trips, flown somewhere, gone wherever. But at the very end of summer, when you just need that last little I just want to get out before, it gets cold or the fall comes and we all get busy. And then it's from August to all of a sudden it's Christmas, right? You just want that last road trip in. You want that last little thing. So we're going to talk road trips. Share some fun memories, share some insights, see if we can, be on the same page of a road trip or if we would have just really dramatically awful road trip experience together. I
mean, fun fact, spoiler, I guess, I do not have the fondest memories of road trips. Okay. So
we're going to get some tea spilled today. So here we go.
Okay.
All right. First off, what is, in the essence of not liking road trips, what is your history and feelings around road trips in general?
They're long, they're boring.
Yeah.
They're boring and they're long.
Sure.
There we go. I mean, they're just not fun for me. There's usually cramped spaces.
Sure.
Especially as a kid.
Yeah.
There's I have two brothers, older and a younger, and sitting in the back of a car.
How big was your car growing up that you would do these road trips in?
To start, they were doing. What did my parents have? They had a Chevy Blazer. At one point, that thing broke down. That only had had the driver passenger in the back row. Then eventually, when they upgrade to the Ford Windstar minivan, then it was a huge upgrade because then there was 3 rows, and then the second row were 2 individual seats, so nobody's sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
Massive upgrade.
So then was the back the cool spot? The furthest back the cool spot? Or was that you were barricaded?
No, you exiled the youngest brother there.
Oh, no.
And they were buried with all the extra stuff.
Oh, right. They were in suitcases and all of it.
Or
around
for us,
them.
it was snacks and food and things. The
okay.
cooler was back there.
Yeah.
So then you also have to if dad's oh, give me a sandwich. You gotta wake them up or grab the sandwich or whatever.
Yeah. So, and what's kind of funny to me too is our memories of road trips are gonna be also sans technology in many ways.
Yeah,
you kind of had to you had to organically have your own entertainment or no entertainment or you're the bus boy getting everybody their treats.
I remember because our parents took us with them to go car shopping.
Oh, for the Windstar.
For the Windstar. And I remember trying.
Were they going for a van?
They were going for something bigger. They were we need a bigger family vehicle.
Sure. Yeah.
And I remember trying to convince my dad to be can we get the upgrade model? Because it had the DVD player thing.
Oh, it was so cool.
And it had the AV, the red, yellow AV in or component or composite in. Okay. So you could plug an N64 PlayStation in so you could game. And it had regular 12-volt outlets or whatever, so you could plug your system in.
Souped up minivan.
Souped up, yeah. And I wanted it so bad, and he just wouldn't do it.
Oh.
Eventually, though, they got portable DVD players and things, but
it did become a thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever have one of those it was a portable DVD player that essentially was a laptop?
Yeah.
Those ones you talk about. Kind of the.
But the problem was they brought one
for all 3 of you.
Yeah. So we had to agree, and nobody would agree on anything.
Of course not.
So
of course you wouldn't.
It's the worst.
So then, okay, now we're just getting into family stuff. But how would you guys decide it? Was it rock, paper, scissors between the 3 of you to do it?
No, it would be whoever screamed the loudest and threatened the other.
So that would make sense because that would not be a fun van ride then.
No,
there was no civility in your family
and then
road trip.
Not even just that though. It was also if the parents are upset about whatever, then there's tension from the driver and the passenger side, and and my mom wouldn't drive either. It was always my dad, right? And the longest road trip we did. I don't know if I'm just hijacking at this point your whole outline like we usually do. Why do we even do outline? We should just have talking points or trigger points.
Oh, exactly. Let's see what's gonna really just hit each other off. Yeah.
No, so he would drive. The longest one we did was from New Hampshire up to Toronto, which is roughly a 10-12 hour road trip or whatever. And I kind of get why my dad would just want to power through.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like the idea of stopping too long. He didn't want to spend overnight anywhere in between.
Dang.
He was he's very true Indian man.
Just going.
Make it as cheap as humanly possible.
Economic trip. Go. We're going to drive in this minivan and we're going to just go.
We're just going to power through. And Yeah, so it's like 10 hours, and then, you know, like, oh, man, it was crazy. Like, he would work a full, like, especially, like, we would do one towards the end of summer.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Hence the conversation. But he would, like, work a full week.
Yeah.
And he was working, like, 2 jobs, too. So he'd work, like, 2 jobs Monday through Friday, and then be like, Friday night is, like, that's when we're starting the road trip.
I mean, sure.
And then he would work from, like, 5 a.m., do his job, come home, take like a power nap, and then we would get in the thing and we would drive through the night because the roads were more empty.
Well, of course.
And it's easier just to fly up and then get to Canada early Saturday morning, and then maybe turn around, come back like Tuesday or something. Yeah.
Would he sleep when he got there?
Yeah, he would sleep, but like
okay.
he's like, because we would always go see my aunt up there, and like, you know, big Guyanese culture and drinking and all that stuff. So it's like I don't think he got much sleep.
Right. He's literally just running on fumes.
Yeah.
Just running on vibes. He's like, we're back
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how he did that. That all seemed insane.
Now, you, like, knowing you as well, you've also done a big, like, solo road trip, or like when you came to the West Coast from the East Coast.
Yeah.
So did you? My question only is, and then we'll move on. But did you adopt this, like, we're powering through, or did you do like a more strategic trip?
I did. So like we did those family road trips up until like I was probably like 18 or 19, and then like 18, 19. Then I was like, if we're all going to go up to Canada, I'm going to fly. I'll meet you there. I'm not fucking road tripping with you guys.
You were the only one that did it?
I did it like maybe once.
Wow.
I did do a road trip
Independent person.
Yeah, I did do a road trip one summer with just me and my brothers. The 3 of us went up to Canada.
Nice.
And that was horrifying because it was the first time the 3 of us are driving. I think Krishna and I, my older brother, we traded off driving because I think my younger brother didn't have a license or something at the time.
Sure.
And it was horrifying because we're going through the border. And the border, I don't know, like.
And actually, this is showing my ignorance, but you have to have your passport to go through to drive through a border.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at that time, I don't know if it's still the rules now.
Yeah.
I would assume because you're entering another country and then also you're coming back into your home country.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was horrifying. We were all very, very nervous because we were like, we were, you know.
Yeah.
Being like 3 brown men crossing the border, we were very much like, we're gonna get stopped.
Sure.
We're screwed. We're
Did
done.
you?
No. It was fine.
Shout out to Canada.
The most annoying thing was the waiting in line. It was like a good 45 minutes.
Dang.
Yeah, border sucks.
Nice. Did you guys swap driving at that point? Obviously, aside from.
I think both times, like going into Canada and then coming out of Canada.
Yeah.
I had my older brother drive.
Yeah.
Because he was more level-headed.
Yeah.
I was a hothead. So.
So you're like, you just take it.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. But so that was I did that, and then the other road, and we did maintain the status quo, which was
like,
you power through, you
yeah.
just drive through. In college, I went on a road trip with a couple friends from Massachusetts down to Florida.
Okay.
And that, I think, if you do it straight through, is roughly, I want to say it's like 16 hours, maybe 14.
1.6?
Yeah, 1.6, I think. And we powered through that one, like broke college kids. We're not staying in a hotel.
No.
What we did was we would just trade off driving. And there's enough of us to swap out driving.
Sure.
But we did like stop.
Jeez.
I think we made one stop.
Yeah.
In, what is it? In one of the southern states.
Georgia.
I mean,
North
I
Carolina,
think it was
South Carolina.
Maybe South Carolina.
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's Paula Deen. She was that celebrity chef with the butter, or maybe it's Paula Deen. I think she's the one that got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we stopped at her restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
This is all before all that. Before
right,
everyone thought she was
like Butter Queen. Like hello.
Butter Queen,
yeah.
and we stopped at her restaurant, and it is still to this day like some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life. Still remember it. She's a terrible human being, but
yeah.
She knows how to make fried chicken, at least.
Yeah.
So that was the only like major stop that we made and detoured for.
Sure.
And then we powered through all the way to Miami.
Okay.
So yeah. But then on my trip out to LA from New Hampshire, because in total that's a 53-hour drive.
Yeah.
And the first time I did it, we definitely stopped.
Yeah.
Every night.
Yeah.
And didn't drive through the night ever, just because.
Good. That's
take our time.
Yeah.
But then when I sold my car or gave my car to my brother and I drove it from LA to New Hampshire, why I know it's 53 hours is because I went with 2 friends and we did that drive straight through.
No.
53 hours, trading off.
Just stopping for gas and bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
That's
wild. And we took, I don't know why, we took the northern route. So you go like basically right just under the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And this tiny little car, and this is dead of winter. This is December. And oh my God, this car is tiny.
Do you have chains on the car?
No, I had no chains on the car. The car was freezing. Heater was maxed out because you're right next to you have all this wind, cold wind blowing into the car.
You're really just like the Donner Party.
Yeah. And also, this is also
about to like traverse terrain.
This is also when the podcast Serial was really like. So we listened to Serial the entire way.
The mother of podcasts.
Yeah, the mother of podcasts. So that one was a cool experience. I would never do that again in my life.
Yeah.
So I had a mixed bag, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, you have a lot of experience,
yes.
which is a fun thing. I mean, and I also like my take is that we did a lot of road trips growing up as well, and there's definitely, I feel like unless you're, I guess, a family of 3 in total, maybe you would be less cramped. But I think you add any number of kids and then animals or anything, and you're all of a sudden become a very cramped car.
Wait, so did you take animals on your road trips?
No, we wouldn't. But I knew friends who did.
Oh, geez.
But like even for my family of 4, it was still like a cramped moment
4
because we were in
people.
a tiny little car. But yeah, we definitely did road trips. Like I was born and raised in California, and so we did a lot of like California. I think growing up on the West Coast, there is obviously it's really easy if you want to fly places. But as a young family, we drove most places and would take like the kind of full day to do like the 9 to 10 hour drive from one end of California to the other, or vice versa. Was very fun. I mean, there is always like the fights or whatnot, and like your mom like putting her arm in the back, like trying to like be like, no, like not hit them, but stop each other from hitting each other.
Yeah,
it was more my family. Maybe
no. This is the thing I never understood about like families is like your siblings, you're hitting each other,
sure.
And then the phrase was like, oh, if you want to be hit, I'll hit you, and then the parents hit you, and it's like okay,
like, well, this is really
cool.
learning. But my favorite one as a kid, we did a big trip from California out to visit friends in Wisconsin and back, but we did like a very much a scenic route where we went and hit like national parks, and like we went to Field of Dreams Park and all that stuff. We did like we went like super high up and then like kind of like through the middle America coming back down.
Did you walk through the cornfield?
We did.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a thing you can do, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
no, it
cool.
is. Yeah. I mean, the house is there.
Never seen the
cornfield.
movie, so.
Well, you know the reference then. Good for
I
you.
only know that because I know the reference. When I was working in sports, there was that whole game with I forget the team. I forget the teams. And they recreate that moment,
yes,
and I was like, oh, that's and I was like to a coworker, like, oh, is that important or something? Like,
is that of note? What's
and
going
they're
on?
like, you haven't seen the movie? Like, no,
no, but I do know the cornfield now.
I like sci-fi movies. I don't like sports movies. Some I do actually.
If you build it, they will come. I mean, you could say there is some fiction in it.
Yeah.
And some science.
So I always thought that line was from a science fiction movie.
And no, it's from Field of Dreams.
Yes.
So you could see
Disturbing.
Kevin Costner. Anyway, we did that trip. It was so fun. And then I did my own also like moving cross country road trip as well. Did not do a 53-hour nonstop drive. Yeah. That is bananas. But did a lot of like stops along the southern part of America. And it was really fun to see. It was also like fun to... I don't know about you, but it was also really interesting, like literally driving through different ecosystems or whatnot. Yeah. Like I remember when I did a big drive and went from like Arizona, New Mexico to Texas, and it was like at the line of New Mexico and Texas, like I kind of thought like, okay, it's going to be like desert the whole way down. No, it would like, I mean, it's still desert, but it would be like different, like really different landscapes, really different plants. It was really like beautiful to kind of see it from a car. I don't know. It was kind of a fun added level to like also just having to get somewhere, like the whole it's the part of the journey, not the destination. Like exactly. You are trying to get to your destination, you're trying to get there, but like the journey was like, oh, this is more enjoyable than I thought. So anyway, that's story time. Are you ready for our comparisons of sorts?
Sure.
Seeing what your takes are. All right, first question: music. Who is the DJ? If you're driving with multiple people, this is a road trip with multiple people. Who's the DJ? The driver or the passenger? Or like passengers? Driver.
Yep. Oh. Well, in my parents'
I think the passenger is a DJ.
In my parents' case, I don't know about your parents. Okay. Like it was my mom.
Sure.
Even though she's not driving.
Sure. That was just like the power dynamic in the family.
Yeah.
But like
when we did our road trip in college, or did my road trip in college.
There you go. Some more equality.
That was the driver.
Oh, really? The driver was still the DJ?
Yeah, driver was still the DJ.
That's wild.
Yeah, because like you're driving, you need to focus up.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess when I did road trips with friends, if everybody is sleeping, for sure, the DJ is the driver. But I guess normally, to me, it's been the passenger's the DJ.
No.
Because people wanted to drive. Sure. And so if you're driving.
Yeah, but like when you're driving right now, when you're driving by yourself, like to work or from work or to the grocery store, like you're DJing.
Well, I know.
So why would that change on a road trip?
Because you have an audience, or you have like the passengers, and you want everybody to enjoy the moment.
And then you say, fuck them. No, they're not driving.
They're not.
Like, you need to be entertained, stimulated, because driving can get pretty boring.
Which you should be stimulated by the road ahead of you.
I mean, no, it's a road.
So to me, the reason the passenger is the DJ is because like the person driving needs to do the driving, needs to be awake, and I've always been a passenger who stays awake with the driver. What I don't like yes, if all the people in my car are also going to fall asleep and I'm the driver, then like sure. But like ideally, the passengers are like linking arms with you of like, we're all making it on this trip. Like we're going together. I'm not going to get to like nap for 10 hours.
You're making this way too deep.
No, this is the whole ecosystem of a road trip. This is what I'm saying. Is that like we're all together in this. So as the passenger, you need to be stimulated. The driver's already stimulated because they're driving.
No, you're not stimulated by driving.
Are you not tired when you're done driving?
No.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Okay, you are, sure, but like
because you're
you don't like zone out as you drive. Like I zone out. I forget that I'm driving.
So this sounds
Maybe
like
this sounds
exactly. There you go.
The DMV like sees us like,
he's like, we're gonna take that away.
His license. Shit.
There's no more. Anyway, those are my takes. I think a passenger, and no, obviously it can swap. I'm not saying it has to be so exclusively like but it was kind of like people who wanted to drive. Then it was like then they focused on driving. The passenger got to be like the DJ. Like it wasn't just like you pressed play and you sat there the whole. It was like they would pick different stuff, and it was like
a rotating. Okay, that's
or
interesting.
You create the playlist.
Wait, time out. That's interesting. That's a very interesting point because for me, growing up, it was you put the cassette or the CD on and you play it through.
Right. And now I'm talking about current times.
But even in current times, like before I start driving, I pick either my Spotify day list or some angry screamo thing and let it go, and I don't change it until the next time I start the car back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you had a DJ in the car with you who could keep it lively and keep you guessing, you're stimulating the entire car and it's a whole party and you're getting there and you're having fun while getting there.
I don't want to go on a road trip with you is what I'm picking up.
We're not going to each other's socks off. We're going to see. Okay, great. Music there. Okay.
Oh, wait. What about real quick, what about like, so you're doing a road trip with a group of people, sure, the DJ conversation. What about like when you're driving, like when I drove the first time across the country, even though I went with my brother, he was driving his car and I was driving my car. So what were you doing to entertain yourself then? What I would do is I would just scream.
When I drive by myself?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. Okay, so I definitely, like, I am that kid or that person who, like, as I'm driving, I'm for sure listening to whatever, I mean, obviously you're listening to whatever you want, but dude, I am making a music video. I am just living. I am belting my songs. I am like, I used to, shout out to podcasts. We're on one. But like, I used to be all about podcasts. Like when Serial did, like, it's like to where I could like listen and like absorb. But if I gotta like focus, I gotta like sing along to songs. Like I gotta play it loud. Like the cars next to me can hear me. Okay. I am no shame belting a song I don't have any, like should not be belting out. For the sake of like my voice is not an opera.
It's funny. It's funny. You're like, oh, shout out to podcasts. I do not like listening to podcasts in the car.
Well,
don't like it. And I know we're recording a podcast and I'm putting this out as a podcast.
Maybe you're listening in the car and we really appreciate you.
But I don't like listening to podcasts in cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like music. Because it changes. Well, like a podcast is like, you know,
my ideal is listening to a Broadway musical.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm telling the entire story. Yeah. I'm playing all 12 parts.
Have you ever, I mean, this is probably very dangerous and I don't recommend this, but have you ever like put on like The Office or something?
No.
I've done that
before.
With
the video playing?
Well, usually what I'll do,
or just like you're playing the audio.
I'll play the audio or like turn the phone away or whatever, just so I don't get distracted and just listen. Like that, I like, especially if it's something comforting.
Sure, but you just kind of know.
Yeah,
like you're essentially listening to an audiobook, basically.
Yeah, but it helps because like it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever,
that's true.
And it kind of helps the time move along a little bit faster.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
I hear you.
And then if I really am like need to focus up, and just like get it done, silence. I just sit in silence.
See,
because then time, you can't tell what time it is.
But see, then you don't zone out with that. See, I get extra like everything just kind of like falls away.
Yeah.
Versus like when I'm in music mode, I'm like honed in.
Yeah, no. My younger brother told me that he used to do like a really crazy drive after work when he was like working in Mass and he would drive up to New Hampshire and he would finish at like midnight, 1 a.m, and he would drive the 45 minutes, whatever it was at night. And he would just scream to keep himself awake.
He's like, I literally am going home hoarse, but it's what's happening.
It's the way to stay awake. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, there is a space. It's like, turning on the AC, like chewing
freezing.
gum, drinking coffee. Like there are the tricks of the trade to like make sure you get home safe. But yeah, for sure. In general, not anytime. If I'm driving, for like a 10-minute city drive or whatever, like I'm not maybe necessarily blasting my music, but it is loud. Yeah. It's usually somewhat loud, and there is a lot of.
You live in a city, so it's okay.
So that part, everyone's kind of having their own aura.
Crisis.
Or crisis, exactly. Yep. Okay, are you good on music?
Yes.
It's like.
You want to move on? Yeah.
All right.
You're like, can we speed this up?
No, because the next one I think is also a hot take, or not a hot take, but interesting. Is what order do you think the cup holders go?
What?
Okay. Let me demonstrate if you have on video.
Well, make sure you are.
Okay. Well, so there's two things. So usually cup holders here. All right. Let's say I'm driving and you're the passenger.
Yes.
Whose cup is who?
I always like the cup to the back.
So my driver's side cup is this one.
Yes.
And
to the one in the back.
Your passenger is the front one.
Yes.
Okay. So then.
And it also depends though on like the size of the drink.
It depends on the size of the drink.
Yeah, so if you're like an asshole that gets like the big gulp from McDonald's and it's like massive fucking thing, that shit's in the way. Oh. And I will make the passenger hold it. Oh. Because I like that area clear.
Got it.
In case I need to like hit the shifter, the stick or whatever.
Sure.
You know?
When was the last time you drove stick?
I've never driven stick. I'm talking about the gear shift.
You're okay.
The gear shift.
Cool.
The gear shift.
Oh my God.
The gear shift.
Okay. All right. So you want, but like if the same size cups, your driver's side is reaching for the back one.
Normal size cups.
Right. I mean, whatever. Same. Yes, sure.
Not
normal
big
size.
gulp
Okay.
cups.
Not right. No shade.
I bring this up because one of my friends, when we drove down to fucking Florida,
was about big gulp.
It was all about the goddamn big gulp cup from 7-Eleven, and motherfucker had to like have it every single stop, and it was huge and it was annoying.
That's a lot of pee breaks, I feel like.
No, strangely enough. Yeah.
Damn.
And it was filled with like, what was it, Mountain Dew? Or
for
shit?
sure. Just neon lime green.
Yeah.
Just
I was
really
like, you're not gonna live long.
100%. All right. Next one is we'll say I'm the driver, you're the passenger. But the cups are next to each other.
Next to each other?
Yeah. Whose is whose?
I like to I like very little few things there.
Sure.
So I'll have my cup typically on the right one.
Further away from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Because again, I don't like anything right next to my hands.
Sure.
And even though
we're saying there's two cups in here.
If there are two cups in there, then the one on the left obviously
is yours.
Yeah.
Okay, is the driver's.
Yeah.
Okay.
This feels like a weird question.
It's not, because I think cup holder discussions are really interesting. Because you thought the back, like...
Yeah, the back one, when the cup holders are like in a singular line, and there's a back cup holder and a front cup holder, sure, they can go wherever. But when it's side to side, right next to each other, I think universally it's left is driver, right is passenger.
Sure, I know, but who knows what the internet's going to say? There could be some people with hot takes. Because I usually would say, as a driver, I would agree. I think the back is where I'd put my cup.
Right, because again, typically the cup holders are in the same lane as where the gear shift is. Right, the gear
shift is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
the levers. Lever.
So then, but it's just, I just think cup holders are interesting, because it's like, were you not excited when you got a car as a kid and you got to like figure all the cup holder situations? No matter how much tech we have, like we're still excited about cup holders in cars, right?
No, because when I got my car, I was like, now I have to have a job to pay for the stupid thing.
You weren't a little bit excited about the cup holders?
No.
And finding out where the cup holders are?
I was more excited about the auxiliary in jack, because then I could plug my iPod or my iPhone and play my music. Well, more excited about that.
You have no joy.
Oh, thanks. That's real kind of you. I have no joy. Awesome. Thank you.
And cup holders. Like, you weren't excited about a cup holder?
Did you like go to school for engineering or something? Like,
no.
This is such like cup holders.
People get it, I swear. Okay. Anyway.
No, you know what I want to know about cup holders then, if we're thinking about it? Like, how do they design cup holders in space shuttles? How's that work?
How does that work?
There you go.
I wonder if they probably have to like secure it in. Maybe they got like a top lock.
Maybe magnets on the bottom?
Maybe, but you can't really depend on it, because what if it gets lets loose? I think you got to put a top on it. Got to like have a little buckle.
Yeah.
Again, you get so high tech, and then you got to go as
low tech
to bounce off the high tech. Cup holders.
Cup holders.
I just think in a road trip, it's a thing to note. It's a conversation to be had at the beginning of a road trip.
Are you going to ask me about snacks on road trips? 'Cause I think that's a bigger...
What a segue. Snacks. What are your snacks?
My go-to snacks.
And or like, yeah, do you have a plethora of snacks at the top? Do you get your snacks at a gas station? Like, what's your...
So, being a family of 5,
yeah,
and my parents being my parents, it was always like pack our own snacks.
Sure.
And like the one thing is like my parents knew that we wanted like that McDonald's. So then depending
like a McDonald's
on,
morning breakfast.
Well, it depends on when we're driving through.
Sure.
You know,
fair,
like
fair.
and
Yeah.
when the stop is and all that. And they would use that as kind of like a way to shut us up and stop whining.
It's motivation.
Yeah, it's motivation.
It's like if you're quiet,
if you're good, we'll get McDonald's. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have the incentive.
Yeah.
/ bribery.
I would say like
bribery.
That's and like as a kid, you're not really thinking about what you're putting into your stomach and how your body's going to react.
Much less now sitting there for 6 more hours, and you're like, this
and you're
feels
like, why
awesome.
is my stomach hurting? But as I got older,
Yeah.
I started realizing it's actually better not to eat anything and just like not starve yourself, but like have a somewhat decent light meal,
Sure.
like somewhat dense meal
Yeah.
to start.
Sure.
And then I just go with like water, literally just water.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do many road trips now because I'm civilized and I use this thing called an airplane.
Ooh, but if you're going somewhere that's like 2 hours away,
yeah, I mean,
that's not as epic of a road trip as we talked about at the beginning, but it's still like okay. Let's say you're going for a 3-hour road trip, which is like you could essentially just not eat that whole time.
Protein snacks.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's like the beef, like like jerkies, trail mix. Yeah. Nice. Nothing like something that's easy to just scoop in your hand and that doesn't leave a lot of mess.
Right.
Like I'm not going to get like nachos.
Right. We're not going to do a whole steak dinner with a fork and knife. Like this thing's got to be.
If somebody can figure out how to do that I'm sure they have figured because the 50s and the 60s were big on road trips. So
100%.
I'm sure we could find the tech.
One of my funny ones is I will oftentimes if I'm doing a road trip in the early morning, I will sometimes like bring like a yogurt moment. And so I will have to like do a spoon vibe.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a funny like driving and then spooning.
Wait, where are your hands?
I'm saying like so one is like holding the wheel, and then like one's got like the
have you ever heard of Go-Gurt?
Yeah, I have, but who wants a Go-Gurt in your 30s?
I'd eat a Go-Gurt.
But you want a yogurt with granola and a little bit of like
you said, pack bougie.
The punch. Thank you.
That's bougie. I'll take my Go-Gurt.
I'll take my Go-Gurt
when I get like my 40s, maybe I'll start eating like an adult.
Okay, all right, great.
Till then.
What are your because I'm for the snacks, I'm with you on snacks that'll pack a punch, like kind of like ones that have a little bit more protein and kind of like some fats in there to like really help you have the energy. But I also love like a little like chip or like
See, I hate chips. Again, like especially they get messy, the crumbles everywhere, and then the car's dirty.
Yeah,
that's the worst. The dirty car after a road trip. Oh my god,
it does suck. This is really true. This is very very true. What are your for the sake of you're stopping at a gas station though, and obviously you're not going to get a big gulp, but but what will you get from a gas station if you had to get a snack? Or would it just be jerky, as you're saying?
Yeah, jerky, sometimes something sweet, depending.
Yeah.
It depends. It really depends on the time of day. I think time of day is very important. Fair. And then also time of day, and then how long have you been going, and how long do you have left?
Yeah.
Fair. Like if it's like 2 hours left of the road trip, I'm not going to bother getting anything.
Sure.
If it's halfway through the road trip, I'll probably load up on some snacks to get later. But it would be like nuts, trail mix, that type of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. What is your favorite fast food road trip?
Mickey D's.
Still to this day. As from a child to now.
Till now, yeah. If I go on a road trip, stopping and getting McDonald's. It's just different, Just tastes different.
On the road?
Yeah. It's so much more fulfilling. Like even like in California, I've done a couple very small road trips here. But In-N-Out tastes so much better on a road trip than just being like, it's dinner time and I want to get In-N-Out.
One In-Out, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it tastes way better.
It kind of to me an In-N-Out on a road trip feigns a home cooked meal almost a little bit, where it's kind of comforting, but it's not just this big ass.
Yeah, it's not this disgusting whatever compared to when you get a dinner.
Exactly, when you're kind of just at home, I want an In-N-Out, and you're like, do I really though?
Pro tip: if you're doing In-N-Out or any fast food, and you want to stay awake, do your burger protein style.
Yeah.
Get the less carbs.
Less food
you will
coma vibe
stay
after.
awake longer.
That's true.
Yeah.
But definitely not good to eat in the car. I
Don't
would say
eat it in
a
the car.
protein style burger in the car is one of those messy moments.
That's another big pro tip too. If you're stopping and you're getting fast food, take the extra 10 minutes to just sit there and eat. Don't eat it and drive.
Have you been to In-N-Out where they give you like the placemat and stuff for driving in the car? And it doesn't really help. It just doesn't help.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. And then you have the extra
mess.
paper and then the crumbs are falling off the paper. So it's like, it's not collecting anywhere.
You know what's worse? Smell.
Oh.
It lingers. It just lingers in there with all the other smells.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to add more smells?
Yeah. No, it's tough.
God.
It's a tough look.
You're
and
welcome.
Then you get back in your car after like getting gas and you like just smell the like weird leftovery.
Yeah. You're welcome, America.
Eat it in restaurant. Okay. It's also usually quicker. Usually a drive-through is actually not as effectively fast as you think.
No.
All right, great. Okay. Okay. Well, actually, to close that out, I'm also pro In-N-Out. If it's not in California, Cane's has been getting really big, but I do like a Cane's or a Popeyes for chicken.
Chicken. Yes.
Just like, I don't know. It's like kind of like that. It's like a little bit lighter. So
fried chicken though? That's too carby.
Well,
that will put you in a food coma.
Just done.
You're done. Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay. Rest stops though. I mean, so you've obviously driven a lot more on the East Coast than I have or whatnot. Yeah. My hot take is that I don't think California rest stops are that great.
No, they're shit.
Like, they're like just not. And I'm like, we have a great state to where we could do great things.
Yeah.
We could do great things. And then our rest stops are lame.
They're garbage. They are terrible.
So tell me your experience of a beautiful East Coast rest stop.
I think the 95, the 93 interstate on the East Coast was revamped back in 2005.
Yeah.
And they redid a bunch of their rest stops. So they're all like, they were all new, clean, well-kept rest stops.
Nice.
I felt comfortable pooping there.
That's a tell. Yeah. You know, that's a real tell. One of the things, like, now granted, again, like when you're on like a big road trip, you're trying to get somewhere, you're not always looking for like a stop that's gonna like take you too long, but like you got to stretch your legs and stuff. And like when I would do other road trips outside of California, they have like info about the state or like things that are like a little bit engaging to where, again, I'm not gonna stand there and like maybe read every single sign all over, but it's like if you gotta just have another couple minutes to like stretch your legs and like just let your body kind of like adapt, like California again gives like nothing. Just
There's
nothing.
Not a lot of like good stuff there
At all.
A lot of empty space.
Yeah.
I think it's designed that way to like keep you moving.
Maybe. And they're just kind of like, please just go spend money somewhere. We'd rather you not go up to this like free.
One of the coolest things I've seen in this country is when I drove out the first time. We were driving, I think, through Arizona.
Yeah.
Like on the most east side, like just entered.
Yeah.
And there's a big crater that you can like go and look at.
Ooh.
And that was cool. I think it was like $10.
Yeah.
And like it's this massive crater.
Yeah.
And it was just like cool. Like there's like a ton of cool stuff going across the country.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like on the East Coast, especially in the New England side, and even when you go further and you're going through New York, because to get to Canada, we go through New York.
Sure.
Primarily through Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like cool historical stuff, like when this area was founded, like that type of crap. But going across the country, there's a lot of like just random shit.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a dinosaur museum.
Ooh.
In like New Mexico or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So.
I like it.
But yeah, California just. I think their thing is like we got the views.
Right. So like just get to where you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Like you don't got to stop at this little thing.
You don't need to
it is what it is.
See whatever.
Yeah. We shared about like kind of our past with road trips kind of, but like in the current moment, are you team scenic route or team just get there as fast as possible?
Ooh.
In general, obviously I know it's going to be dependent on per trip, whatever the trip is, but like where do you land?
It's tough. I think I'm 50-50.
Okay.
Because it is going to, I'll say this. If it's something I've done before, get there as fast as possible.
Okay. That's fair.
If it's brand new, scenic. Because I'm big into like photography and seeing things and capturing the moment. So I would say more probably scenic now that I'm we and stuff.
Yeah, and kind of like nothing has to be done like the most.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you don't, if you gotta like get gas for a car, like we have the pit stops we gotta make, but it's like if there's a way to be like, oh, looks pretty, like quick pause, little thing. Yeah, I think I would probably say I'm team get there as fast as possible.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I guess, yeah, you're going somewhere for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's like the scenic stuff is just extra.
Yeah. It's kind of the space of, I think if I were to be, because I mean, there's still, again, like, I mean, like I joked, but like there is a space where it is 50-50 or like, yeah, depending on the trip, you know, whatever.
Like if you're in a foreign country,
yeah,
I would imagine you would take the scenic.
So, right. So it's like, I don't think I would necessarily.
Interesting.
But it's kind of like, for me, it would be, if it was 50-50, it would be getting to the thing especially if I'm new somewhere, getting to the thing as fast as possible.
Right.
Or like, you know, whatever, making the stops I need to make. And then taking note of like, if I'm going the same trek back.
Oh, okay.
To then like be like, oh, I'd want to see that again, or I'd want to like stop at this thing.
Okay, so I'm going to give you specifics then.
Take me on the journey.
So like you go to a foreign country that's like an island.
Okay.
Right? Like Hawaii is a good example,
Sure.
actually, right? Like
Sure.
the big island, like you wouldn't take the same route back. You would just go around the island.
True.
Right? So then wouldn't you be slowing it down to take it all in?
I think as we're talking about like the general thing is like not as much, no.
Oh.
Like I'm kind of like
Interesting.
I've made a plan to get, now if the entire plan for that is like we're going on a drive, then like, okay. But if it's a road trip to like, we're going to this thing, I want to get to that thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would do the scenic because I'm there only for a short period. So, you know, when am I going back?
Yeah. So, dunno. I mean, we can all be flexible to different things, and there can be spaces where those exist in the same breath. But yeah, I'm a bit of a get there kind of person, and then like have as much time at that thing rather than like taking time up on the way to get somewhere.
So then I have a question for you. So like, would you ever go like a country like Mongolia?
Ooh, okay.
Like it's a very empty country.
Sure.
It's mostly scenes that you go there for.
Sure.
The views.
Yeah.
So like, would you ever make a trip somewhere?
Yeah.
Just to do a road trip to see the country,
see the sights.
See the sights.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Cool.
And then in that, like, right, because I think there's a space where it's like, yeah, if the entire trip is like we're doing a drive, then like sure, like there's the scenic route and the stops or whatever. But yeah, I'm a bit of like let's get the plan going and like get to where we want to be.
Nice.
So in the end, would you want to do a road trip with me, or are we gonna just fight the whole time?
We'd probably fight.
Yeah. We
But
wouldn't be able to listen to the same music. That would be the beginning of the fight.
I would do a road trip with you, but I'll say this: I will fall asleep as a passenger.
So
maybe as the driver too. I don't know.
So let's not. And it sounds like Hannah gets to be the DJ the whole time, which is great.
Unless I'm driving into a ditch because I'm asleep.
But there you go. Road trips.
My uncle had a famous saying, which is like, "Oh, you're sleeping while you're driving while you're sleeping."
Sleeping while you're driving while you're nice.
Yeah.
Sure. Super, super wise.
Very wise,
the
man.
wisdom to be had. But there you go. There's road trips. I mean, if y'all are going on a road trip, have fun. Get it in while you can.
Yeah.
And, please don't fall asleep at the wheel.
And don't eat greasy, carb-heavy food.
In your car.
Yeah.
And then make a mess and then make us all smell it for the rest of the 4 days. Rude.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That was great. Thank you for joining, listening, watching. As always, you can find us on the internet, TikTok at KYSO Podcast, on YouTube also at KYSO Podcast. New pods every Saturday.
See you on the road, I guess.